Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Gardener. So as you see the title, I have stopped bottom watering. In fact, it has been almost probably 3 to 4 weeks that I have completely stopped doing bottom watering. Probably I do it more for my leaf propagations, but for my adult succulents I tend to do a top watering. Now the reason behind this is because it's summers. It's very warm. Apart from that, my environment, my city environment is very dry. The humidity levels during the day is almost 20%, which is very low. Of course, it doesn't matter for succulents because they prefer a dry environment. But yes, it's very low, due to which the soil also tends to dry faster. Now, why top watering and not bottom watering during summers? Because in bottom watering, as we all know, it's all based on the capillary action. You place the pot in the larger container with water, and the water is kind of pulled in and the soil starts to get moist. So in this case, the soil is not soggy wet, but it is just that the moisture that gets pulled into the pot. Now, bottom watering is one of the most safest method of watering your succulents, because the risk of your succulent getting overwatered is very low. But if you are from a dry environment and if the temperatures tend to rise, of course bottom watering can be an issue, because the soil tends to dry much faster in a dry environment with a lot of warmth. So bottom watering is not going to be sufficient. The succulents are still going to look dehydrated if you're going to continue with bottom watering. Again, it's not for everyone. It depends from environment to environment. If you are from a humid environment, it won't be much of an issue. But for a person like me, wherein the humidity levels are very low during summers, it can be an issue. Apart from that, I continue to do bottom watering during the monsoon season and during the winters, because that's when the environment is cooler. During monsoons, there's a lot of moisture everywhere. The humidity levels are also quite high during the monsoon season, and during winters the environment is cooler, so it takes a little bit more time for the soil to dry. So during those 2 months, bottom watering is absolutely fine. I don't have any issues. The succulents are very well hydrated with bottom watering. But only during summers I tend to change the watering pattern. I offer more of top watering, because I do not want my succulents to get dehydrated. Now, of course, there is nothing wrong. I can continue to do bottom watering during summers as well, but the frequency is going to be quite more, and it is going to be very hectic, especially having so many succulents. I'll have to constantly be near them in order to do bottom watering. So in top watering, it tends to work out really well. The soil gets soggy wet, excess water tends to drain out, and then the soil stays moist like for at least 24 to 48 hours. The succulent has enough time to absorb all that water, stays hydrated. After 4 or 5 days, I noticed that the succulent is again needing water. So during summers, the frequency of watering also tends to increase. Even after doing top watering, my soil tends to dry within 2 days. So I wait the 3rd day, 4th day, and then I go ahead and water. Again, depending upon the size of the leaves of my succulent. Succulents that are chubby, I wait for few more days. But succulents that have thin leaves, I tend to water them a little bit more frequently compared to the chubby ones, because they don't have much space to store water, and they are at a higher risk of getting dehydrated. So this is what I have been doing, top watering them, waiting for the excess water to drain out. Again, I wait until the water starts passing through the drain hole, because again, if I'm just going to do half watering and leave it, if the water does not pass through the drain hole, that indicates that the soil is not completely soaked, and again that would lead to dehydration of the succulent. So I have to ensure that the water drains out from the drain hole. It will give me an indication that the soil is completely soaked, and then the succulent is ready to be kept aside. Over here, as you can see, it has already started to release water from the drain hole. So this pot is completely done with the watering, and this one too, and this one is also starting to drain out all the water. So we are done watering all of these three, because there are so many succulents, everything needs watering. I have just finished watering all of these guys over here. Now I will have to check for the other pots. Some of them are on the shelf. The ones that are on the shelf are a little bit difficult to water, but we have to do it. So it has been a very busy week. Apart from that, there is a little bit of shortage of water, and then trying to take care of so many succulents, it gets little hectic. But nevertheless, thankfully, succulents are the plants that don't require a lot of water. My foliage plants are the ones that require a lot of water. I have to do double misting for my foliage plants. They are the ones that are struggling a lot because of the dry environment, because foliage plants like philodendrons, monsteras, they need a lot of humidity, and as I said, the humidity is only 20%, so they are struggling, and I'm trying my best by misting and trying to keep the place as moist as possible. So I tend to do double misting for my philodendrons, monsteras, Dieffenbachia, aglaonemas. They require a lot of humidity, so the misting is kind of taking care of things, but it's just a month. After a month it will start to rain, so I'm just eagerly waiting for that so that things can get settled. So that's all about it, guys. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.